I've gotten myself into a little bit of trouble, which is surprising to literally anybody. Anybody? Nobody. Whatever. Look, I am stoned, and I am gonna tell you what I've been up to for the last couple of weeks. I'll start by saying that over the weekend I made what you probably saw if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, was a penguin-shaped cake that like had M&Ms inside of it. Like I made a igloo out of Rice Krispie treats and then baked like the thickest cake in the fucking world. Why? I have no idea. And so I like baked that cake for my friends. Like it's like a dual, like a couple friend I have for their birthday party. And I met these people like 10 or 15 years ago. Like they're all hackers. Like I don't know if you know this, but like I roll deep in the hackers world because it turns out if you're like kind of nerdy and also like kind of sexy, nerds will be like so nice to you. And the king of the nerds wanted to make me his queen, but I mostly just they had this thing called Hacker Drink Up, and I would always show up and somebody would always pick up my tab, and I didn't sleep with any of those nerds, but sometimes I would go home with them and be like, you can't touch me. I mean, they're all neurodiverse, so like giving them like a sharp boundary, they're just like, okay. And it's why I like hanging out with them, and it's why I like going to those parties. So anyways, Gia and I went to this weird neurodiverse art party. That's a birthday party, and we really like worked the room. Like Gia was like flying through people and conversations, and we found two different drug dealers. The one drug dealer is like, oh, I mostly have mushrooms, but I do have acid on me. And I'm like, brother, it is 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I don't want to do acid right now and have to fucking be tripping acid until like dawn. Wrong. But the other drug dealers, and I say drug dealers because it's a friend situation. There's a very hot Asian dude named Sam, and you know he's hot because I committed his name to memory, and we immediately exchanged numbers, and he was like, oh, do you want to go dance? And I was just like, Sam, I am old, and I'm also not gonna go dance with you because you're gonna be my drug dealer and you're cute, but he has a little friend who looks like the white nationalist hooker killer in the 1995 masterpiece by Michael Mann, Heat. That little squirrely dude with like the long fringy hair. He looks like that, and he like wears. I've met him twice now. The night that we met him at the party, wearing a hat and a long scarf, and like a bit of like the characterization of him is like if that character from Heat moved to Silver Lake and was like, I'm also a weirdo artist who sells drugs, whatever. When he met me on Saturday, I was wearing like a really tiny little black dress that I honestly, the last time I wore that, I was like really skinny because I was going to break up with the guy that I was dating, and it was like bothering me because I hadn't done it yet. And, I wore it like 2 days before I broke up with him. I look super duper good. I look also super duper good when I wore it on Saturday night. So like the little squirrely dude, I was like fucking full on flirting with the Asian dude. But the little squirrely dude, he like was like, oh, well, come in, like, give me a hug. Like, first of all, they are like, we usually sell mushrooms and like this or that, but like we also have a bunch of weed. We're gonna start carrying weed. And I'm like, cool. Where do I need to pick this up? And it's like 2 minutes from my house, so I'm like, okay, you know what? I love a plug. Like, guy, can you get me whatever I want? Like, cool. And here's the other thing. You can find a drug dealer in any room if you're a kind of hot chick, because the currency in most cities that like makes a hot chick say yes is usually drugs. I just like to buy mine, okay? I'm just like totally fine with buying mine. And I did buy weed from this guy earlier today. And like, it was a totally pleasant experience. I would have preferred to deal with the cute Asian dude, but I'll text him tomorrow and be like, oh, Sam, you know what? The weed is fire. Here's my review. And then I'll just like include a little review of it because I think this is like a new product for them that they're pushing. And I'm going to straight up just write them like a fucking marketing ad and be like, when you get new weed in, just like, let me test it and I will fucking write your review, or we can like come up with something where like, you don't have to be like, oh, well, you know, it's like kind of fun in your head. Like, just let me write what it is, what it tastes like, ooh, a little bit peppery. You know what I mean? Like, let me do what I do. You give me even a lower discount. Do not touch my body. Oh, so that's what's that. So at that party, the fucking little one was like, oh, let's hug. And he went to put his arms around me. And I was like, dude, do not touch me. I do not want to be touched by you. Okay? Like, nobody, I do not like to be touched. And that is why I love these parties. You could just be like, no, I do not want to do any sort of, Winona, do not knock the fucking camera stand over, Winona. Get away. She's just going to keep doing it because I asked her not to, and she's a cat. Winona, just get up here, okay? Just get up here. Anyways, so, nope, she's just gonna keep circling it. Anyways, I'm like 6.5 minutes into this, and Winona's just like, I'm the only star of this show. Winona, stop! Ah, could you be a good boy? You're a girl, but Steven's a boy, and he's a cute little boy. Look at this guy. Oh, Steve's. Now you're just gonna want me to keep petting him. What a beautiful little boy you are. Man cat with the dude name. Anyway, so here is what I've done outside of acquire a drug dealer. There's a guy that like a year ago, I told my sisters, this guy's so funny and hot. Like, I'm just gonna get his attention. I can do it. And I can do it, and I did do it. And I like subtly got his attention to where it was like he thinks it's his idea that we're talking, you know? The marker of being a person with intense childhood trauma that also has trouble advocating for their needs and just being like, hi, I'm Sabrina, and I am kind of attractive, and you are also kind of attractive and interesting and talented. And I like that. Instead, I was just like, oh, yeah, hi. And we were softly flirting for a little bit, just like whatever, little conversations here or there. It was like mostly heart emojis from him and fire emojis. And you know what? Fire away, baby. And then a couple weeks ago, he like made some comment on something. I can't remember what it was. It was like a comment in my DMs. Okay, look, this isn't to give you hope that as a DM reply guy, like that, like what's about to happen in this story can happen to you. This happened because I wanted it to happen. And I just wanted to feed my fucking ego. I wanted to be like, that guy's a 10. Let's just like at 41. See if we still got it. Well, we still got it. Okay. We have it like so hard. So like maybe 2 weeks ago, I take a lot of scantily clad kind of nude photos for the guy that paints me, you know, and definitely some nudes. Like, let's get real here. And this guy had like saw them and was like, I am just going crazy for your nudes. Even if their painting is crazy, I keep looking at them. And I was like, of course you keep looking at them. It's me. And like, it just escalated. Okay. It escalated and I was like, you want to see a nude? Here. And then but maybe a couple of days went by and he was like, okay, well, I will be in LA Memorial Day weekend. That's this weekend. Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you'll probably maybe not even see this until the Monday after. The stuff will have happened between now and then, you know what I mean? But today is Tuesday and I am recording this after going to the Cure, knowing that in 4 days. Okay, so here's what happens. So like we're all like super flirty, but like in my head, I'm just like, I look really hot right now and I have nobody to flirt with. Okay, like I know that you're gonna be like, oh, it's me, but it's like, it's not you, okay? Whoever you are thinking that, it's not you. If it was you, it would be happening to you, okay? I wanted to happen with this guy, and like, he opened the door for it, and like, just look, I don't even know how it happened, okay? Like, it just did. And then he was like, well, guess what? I'm coming. Actually, I was like, what are you doing today? Like, he had like fire emoji'd me, and I was like, oh, hey. That was like, this is on Sunday. And then that's when he was like, oh, well, by the way, like, I'm really busy. But also, by the way, I'm going to be in LA on Saturday and Sunday. And I was like, okay, well, like, guess what? If you had said like, oh, what do you think? Blah. Response to, you know, how's your day going or whatever. What is going to be like, definitely like, I did not in 1,000 years. I would never have guessed like, oh, he's going to respond with, I'll be in your city. Because here's the thing, he doesn't live in my city. That is why I chose him. I fucking chose him so I did not have to deal with any of this stuff and then keep like focusing on me and just like not like, just be like, you're really hot. Like, you're the kind of hot that even 25-year-old me would have been really revving this along with just the nightmare person that she was. Fucking 41-year-old me is just like, look, I'm old now. Are you coming to my city to fuck me? Here's the two scenarios. Either before we were flirting, he knew he was coming here and he started to like full court press me, and I was just like bored and like, I'm sure I have all these sexy photos and nobody sees them but the guy who fucking paints me, okay? And even though he and I have a little flirtation, that like, in order to be able to send him those photos, I have to be like very professional about it. So we both are just like, here it is. Like, if how he enjoys it and the way he enjoys it, that has nothing to do with me. I see a finished product, which is a beautiful painting of me, and that fucking makes me happy. So like, we're all getting our needs met, even though like, I do think that he is, I don't know, I think the next time he's in LA, he's gonna rent a house for us. So I'm just like, well, dude, I don't know. I'm just like a cool person that like gets into so much trouble with men, okay? And so like, I know that I'm saying like, I'm like emotionally getting ready to be in a relationship and I need somebody else to like show up and do the other part. But then I'm just like, all of these fucking incredibly impractical situations that all of the fucking roads of these impractical situations lead to one of those like Bugs Bunny, not Bugs Bunny. I guess it could also be Bugs Bunny, but like, you know, the Roadrunner coyote tunnel where like the coyote runs right into the fucking painting, like the wall itself, which is a fucking painting. Like, I know that is what is happening right here. Okay, I'm really, really clear on it. I know that all of these things are like fucking Looney Tunes, all right? But like, oh, also, handsome hot guy and handsome painter guy, they live very close to each other, like in neighborhoods that are very close to each other, okay? Like, the absolute sickest part of me is like, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do an apartment swap with somebody who lives close to them, okay? Where somehow that will fucking figure itself out. And then somebody will be in my apartment taking care of my cat, so I don't have to fucking like worry about it. And I'll also have a place to stay that's not with either one of them. And I will just like be my own person, which is my deepest desire, is to be my own person and not have to be like, oh, I'm afraid. But I wouldn't be afraid. I would just be bouncing from two houses, okay? I would have a love triangle with both of these guys, which I know would be like, but like, here's the thing. Always in like men's heads, they're like, oh, like sometimes they are doing that stuff, but like there's little consideration to how easy it is to do as a woman. Like, just like put the things into place. And it's like, I am now living some weird like fantasy existence for some people, but I'm like, this is the normal, like, if I leave my house, this is like what happens, you know? And it's, anyway, so he'll be here this weekend, and like my response to him was like, oh, well, because he's an artist of some sort, will you be doing any gigs in my city? And he was like, yes, 2. And I was like, okay, maybe I will come to that. And maybe I will. I don't know. The second that we had that conversation, things got immediately tense. I was like, okay, so we're going to be really awkward. All right. And it's just like two people who are just like now acting like they don't even know who the other person is. And I kind of just have to mirror what he's doing at this point. Like, part of me would really respect if he just like came to LA. Oh, by the way, and his best friend lives here. Okay, so just take your shotgun and blow my head off. Part of me would be really impressed if he just chose not to contact me when he gets here. I do not believe that's what's gonna happen. Okay, like I truly believe that he'll get here and he'll like suddenly be like very like intensely flirty again. And I'm just gonna be like, this is so overwhelming for my nervous system, which wants something consistent, but also like the kind of fucked up attraction that I have with people is like if I look at them and I'm like, I'm on fire for you. And the only solution is to add more fire to the fire. Like, that is the kind of shit that I get locked into. And I know it's bad. But also, like, I'm gonna stick around for it. I'm not like, I'm gonna marry this dude. I'm, like, very clear on the fact that it's like, this has to be a fantasy. It's like, I'm not a stupid person, you know? Like, I am romantic and impractical and also... I'm just a crazy person. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do about any of this stuff. I do know that by the time you see this, I will probably have done the stuff. Or not have done the stuff. I can't really say. And I guess this is your May newsletter, voice letter. This is your This is your May video. This is your May video, and maybe I'll be in big trouble by the time you see this. Bye.